Hey, come catch this wave with the Fixx squad. The Fixx is in. I'm Mr. Soul, I'm tuning in. What you doing?
Stand up. James left, but the king still reigns here. No tears, no love lost, no rain here. Delivers, I promise, Santa rain here. Love for the city still resides here. Fix for your ailment, faith that resides outside the lines. Detox your mind, cause it matters. Art outside the box, we pace better. The Fixx is in, and we rock a channel. We rock with them for what's deep within. Expose those who talk but don't live. Expose those who talk but don't live. Take offense. Judge by the fruit from the tree, but if the fruit tastes.
Welcome back. DJ Focus, Dice Gamble. You tap back into the Fixx, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry, right here on SiriusXM channel 154, Holy Culture Radio. And listen, it's time for our spiritual detox. You know how we do it, and y'all in for a treat today. Listen, if you ain't got your notepad out, get your notepad out. We're gonna give you a music lesson today. We're gonna give you some history. I'm super excited. Dice and I are super excited to have, listen, a multi-platinum award-winning singer-songwriter, and she does so much more. Angie Stone, a legend in the game. Angie Stone, what's going on, sis?
What's happening? I'm chilling. How's everything with you guys?
It's fantastic. I'm starstruck. I'll leave this alone. I told Focus on the weekend. I was like, Angie Stone.
Yes.
Listen,
yes.
I'll be real with you.
We're excited.
Wow.
Beyond excited. I'm originally, I'll just say, from Atlanta, and I met you at Gladys Knight Chicken and Waffles with my friends. I was hanging out. My CD just dropped, and you were actually with a famous comedian. Mind you, I saw y'all sitting there, and my husband was like, there's Whoop Whoop. And I'm like, there's Angie Stone. I was like, give me a CD. And I ran over there, but I want to say this. You were so encouraging, and you probably don't remember this because this had to be in 2004 and 2004, 2005. And yeah. Listen, but I tell Focus all the time, in Atlanta, you just saw so many famous people, and you would just lose your mind because it's so free in Atlanta. It was just like, people were just out, and it was a gift to be there. So I mean, but you encouraged me. And so when he said you were coming on the show, I was like, I can't even tell him all this because he's going to cut me from talking. But I just want to say thank you personally, now that I see you face to face, because even though, I had no idea you were going to even speak back, but I ran on over there and you were like,
you know what?
listen, baby girl, keep going.
Important to be who you are. It's important to be yourself. You'll never know who you're going to run into. And if you see them 10 years later, you want them to have something nice to say about you. So I try to be who I am. And that way you ain't got to get a brand new Angie every time you meet her. It's the same person.
You did that for me. I just want to say thank you personally. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. We appreciate that too as well, you being authentically you. So listen, first, we want to ask you, can you share a little bit of your faith journey with the people? I think you have such a powerful faith story and faith journey. A lot of people might not know about you. So, take us back down memory lane and share a little bit of your faith journey to where you are now.
Well, my faith journey goes way, way back to First Nazareth Baptist Church when I started singing in church. I was 11 years old. I had learned to seek God first before anything and all things. I put him first, second, third, and behind me. The reason I say that is because I know you cannot walk the earth without being covered, completely spiritually covered, because of who you are and who you belong to. You're constantly under attack, and being in the limelight, and especially when you carry something as powerful as the word with you, you're constantly under attack. So had I not been focused on the protector, provider, the creator, I probably would have been assassinated a long time ago, because the enemy doesn't play fair. So my faith walk is that one of an incredible one. It is completely about faith in God, because ain't nothing out here to chance. We can't see every corner. We can't see every block. We can't see every hole in the wall. But what we do see is the light, and the light of Christ is the thing that lives within me. I fear nothing, because I know he's always guarding me. So if you want to know about faith, I walk in with blind faith. I have it. It's unshakable.
We always talk about CHH artists being goats in the game. You are a goat in the game for me personally, because I mean, there is no soul R&B anything without you, like period. And so it's funny because before you came on here, I was going back and forth with Focus. I'm like, do you know who this woman is? Like, I know he knows who you are, but I just said the same thing. I'm like, from breaking barriers concerning women, the things you can talk about, how you feel about men, how you feel about facial features. Like, you've been so consistent. And I'm not talking about like right now. I'm talking about years ago. You were just not playing any games. And so for me, I was like, where did you get that boldness from? Because that was not, it just wasn't normal. And some of it's not even normal now, but now it's like a trend, you know what I'm saying? It's trending. So it's like,
the boldness comes from determination. It's a part of being determined to not be. I'm a Sag. I don't know whether that means anything to
December.
you, but
December.
I'm a competitor, but I compete against myself more than anything. I will not be stopped or held down unless God says it's done. Let me just say this to you. The boldness comes from the fact that people expect you to fail. Everybody expects you to fail. A lot of people put themselves up against you, but I call myself the cornerstone. Okay. And the reason why I say that, it was the stone that held the entire building together in the Bible. And I'm telling you that mainly because I have watched so many other artists learn from, some of the things that I've learned from, come up around what, we put out there, build an incredible career off of the very things that we have inadvertently taught them without saying, this is for you. You calling me a GOAT is a compliment I can't do but say thank you for, because I do try to set a trend. I try not to follow anybody, but if I do follow anybody, the leaders, they are the people that have made the best impression on me, the impact. I'm just talking about their personality, their ability to perform, the how they move in the world. You mean a lot to me when you have it all, but you give it all back. So you can't just have it all and keep it all. It's not worth anything to you if you got to swallow the whole piece of cake. You've got to share the pie. And if you don't share the pie, then you're not doing what God expects you to do, because you're acting in a selfish nature. And my thing is, if you are really from a faith-based growth, giving is a part of your joy. If you're not giving, you can't be joyful. So my thing is, people say you give too much. I might do give till I give out, but one thing God does is replenish. Every time I give, I get. It's because I don't mind letting go of it.
That's good.
That is good. Do you think, I'm glad you brought that up when you talk about, your heart and understanding what God has called us to do. If you say you're a believer, do you think
Yes.
that there's a lack of people within the industries, in your experience, who stand out and be bold like you to speak about, their spiritual beliefs and their faith because they feel like it's going to hurt their brand?
Absolutely. I think people are embarrassed. I think a lot of people don't want to be associated with the Jesus speaks or the God word, talking about God all the time. A lot of people are embarrassed, quite honestly. And I like to fill that void, because embarrassed, are you serious? What's going to be embarrassing is when it's time for you to get through them gates and God ignores you that way and he looks the other way. What's going to be shame is everybody that you sought or saw will see you standing at the back of the line, can't get in because you were shamed. So, I'm at the place where if God has blessed you with a successful career, it is your responsibility, your duty to shout the name of Christ, to shout the goodness of God, to get out there and set an example that says, this is who I am and this is who I belong to. That way, people won't mistake you for being in that sell your soul mess. I ain't with all of that. Because guess what? You can't take none of this stuff with you. So enjoy it while you can, but I don't worship it and praise it to the point where I am ready to sacrifice any and all to have it. I just assume do without it if that's what it takes. So no, I don't think it's enough people that shout it, because if it were, we'd be a happier world right now. Things wouldn't be. In Australia they have basically zero crime. Basically
That's
zero
insane.
crime. They walk around, they sleep with their doors open because they as a people have grouped together and said, this is what we will and will not tolerate. It's a mindset. So if you decide this is not what you want to do, you don't do it. See how that work out for you? Because I don't do a lot of stuff that they want us to do. I ain't doing it because if it's not pleasing to God, then how can I please you?
That's good.
That's very good.
So talk about it. Listen, I want to bring up hip hop because we know you were a part of the first ladies trio in hip hop. A lot of people might not know that. Hip hop turns 50 years old this year. We're celebrating 50 years of hip hop. You are a part of that. Speak of the hip hop culture and just everything that goes into it from what do you think the state of hip hop is now?
The state of hip hop is number one. Let me just commend hip hop for withstanding time. But if I have to be honest, until the absolute truth is told, we are living in a dishonest hip hop culture. Because the one thing that cannot rise above the occasion is envy and jealousy. If you cannot stomp out those things that would cause you to omit, overlook, forget about, dismiss the real, and you are not embracing the truth, and you are misleading the people of our world who have never had the opportunity to see what it looks like. One of the things that you said is we were one of the first. One of means there were many first. But I've watched over the years as my group has battled for position. One thing that I stopped doing was battling, because God says the battle is not yours, it's mine. So I stand down because only God knows what we did. And the truth of the matter is it doesn't really matter for us, but it matters to the people who are being taught the hip hop history of what really happened. And so in order for them to get the gist of it, they must be truthful, and they must start from the beginning. And their beginning could be their beginning, but you cannot cut out a slice of history to accommodate your needs. One of the things about me and my group is we love the fact that hip hop has withstood the test of time. We love the fact that some females have taken a part of what we were a part of and actually carried it to this plateau. Shout out to Queen Latifah, MC Sharab, Missy Elliott, MC Light, Salt and Pepper, all these people that actually put a stamp on hip hop today. We want to tip our hats to you, but I beg you, please don't overlook the grandmothers of hip hop, because that's basically who we are in this industry. We was there for 50 years, not 49. We've been there for 50. And if it was one record or 100 records, it was a deciding factor that opened up the culture of hip hop, rap, as we know it.
I love it. I have a question for you. So first of all, I've watched your life unfold like a movie because it's beautiful. And my mom's a Sag, December 16th. Okay. So, and I'm an only child, and I'm an only child. Okay. So it's a lot of connections here for me. I know you have children, you have beautiful relationships with people, and they've been in the forefront of the world. Like it wasn't anything that you got to hide from, so there that comes with a lot of judgment and things like that. But after your personal relationships and how you've managed your family and your relationships throughout your career, like, what has God really shown you, like, in all that? Because I know family is a big deal for you, but like, go ahead.
God has shown me that we are all imperfect. God has shown me that we all walk in imperfection. God has also shown me that through Him, we can heal anything. I've had my ups and my downs with my family, with my friends, with my neighbors. I've had all these things happen because I am a human being. At the end of the day, I walk into brick walls just like everyone else. The difference is I know from whom my help comes. So I know who to go to fix things. So whenever something is broken, I let go and I let God. So at the place that I'm in my life, my children are covered by the blood. We are healed by the relationship we have with God. We will all walk hand in hand together because we know that God came at a time to rescue my family where we were broken. We were torn. The deception was real. The enemy was running wild. And rather than take us out, God took us in. And as a result, we are solid as a rock. So I can just tell you that, with all the relationships I've had with regards to men, with groups, with anything that entails unity, I've been challenged on every level. And the devil will always paint a picture that it's you that's wrong. The devil will always set you up for an upset. And what you have to remember is that the devil never plays fair. And whenever you come up against that wall, you go and hide behind the wings of the Creator, which is what I do. Because the one thing I want to do is hurt anybody. And I'm talking about exes and anybody else. I don't want to hurt nobody. So, I apologize in the heart of the world to let everybody know whatever. Sometimes things are just not intentional. But they happen because we are imperfect people living in an imperfect world.
That's good. That's good.
Beautiful.
Listen,
Absolutely.
she preaching this morning.
I
Lord
know.
help
Y'all
me.
need to hit her on the cash
Listen,
app.
y'all
What's
need
your
to just
drop
oh my
a,
goodness.
yeah, see, pass the offering plate.
She say show love. She
Y'all
say
gonna learn
stop
today.
showing hate, show love.
Yeah.
Angie, I want to ask you what made you get into doing like mainstream hip hop and R&B compared to gospel music? Because I feel like, I'm be honest with you, I feel like she a preacher, Dice. I feel like it's
Oh, she
ministry,
done preached.
evangelist, or something in you.
Well,
3
it
sermons.
is because my original goal in life was ministry. And I had heard a voice say, you don't have to be in the pulpit to minister. God said, you're a child of Abraham. I will give you the world. I will give you many. Thousands will be at your feet. It is what you do to those thousands of people that you run into, how they hear you. You're ministering because somebody out there that's listening for R&B is getting a lesson in life. And so for me, it's a joy because it's a void. It's something that people stay away from. It's the arena where you can be all by yourself. Not that you want to be, but oh well, I'm here and I'm not afraid to preach the gospel. At the end of the day, God gave me a gift. If it's my purpose, I've got to fulfill that purpose. So in doing this, why can't I do them both? God didn't say you can't do them both. And I don't know why the perception is you can't do them both. A lot of people think that, oh, I can't do this and I do that, and people gonna look at me crazy. Why are you worrying about people? People did not give you the breath of life.
Come on now.
did.
That's good. That's good. No, that's good. That's good. Listen, got to talk about, I know you back doing music, got the new project out, Love Language. Tell the people, the inspiration behind the project.
Love language is just that. It's a love language. It's the language of what's in the heart. The reality is, I try to talk about subject matters that relate to everyone. You understand? At the end of the day, when you're in love, people ask me, what does kiss you mean to you? I said, you can tell 1,001 things behind a kiss. Somebody kiss you rough and hard, you can believe it's a rough and hard ride. Okay? But if they kiss you gentle and relaxed, you can just about gauge that's what you're going to get. I really, really believe the song Good Man is that of a person who's found the perfect relationship, that they're complete as one. This project, Love Language, is one that feels good. In the beginning, I have to tell you, it wasn't my favorite. I'm like, oh, no, I don't know. And then the more I listened to it, the more it grew on me to the point where I have to listen to it. And I don't skip songs. That meant a lot to me because if I got to skip my own song, that's a problem.
You know what? You ain't never like.
I gotta skip my own song. That's a problem.
If I got to skip my own song, it's a problem.
Has that ever happened to you though?
Lord. Oh, she said, oh yeah.
You said that one didn't make the album. That one didn't make the album.
Even if it made the album, somebody else was pushing for it, and when they got it, I'm like, oh, go to the next song. Go to the next song. You know, it's bad, but it's the truth. I can't lie to myself. It's just like a person on a diet. You tell them, okay, now when you go out and you're not with everybody, don't go eat everything you see. Oh, I'm not gonna eat nothing. I'm good. I'm good. But yet, when they get away from the crowd, they ordering Burger King, McDonald's, and everything else. We're like, who you hiding from? God sees you, and more than you see yourself. So I'm at the place where ain't no need for me. I have to call a spade a spade. If I skip a song, guilty as charged. So I feel good because I'm not skipping songs.
Wow.
Angie, what's your favorite song that you've that you've ever made or that you love to sing of yours?
Woo.
I just want to thank you for making Brother. I'm be honest with you.
Come on now.
Like
Strong
you made that song at the right time. Like I just felt like it needed to be out when you made that song. I don't think people were pushing positive and black men specifically. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
I love that.
Focus. What's your favorite song of Angie's?
My favorite song is a song that I wrote called "Happy Being Me." Donna Lawrence did it over with Anita Wilson, but when I wrote that song, it was from a genuine place. God gave me that song. I had gotten ill, and God gave me a song because I realized at that time I was doing too much for other people and not enough for Him or me. And I decided at that moment I got to fall in love with Angie all over again and stop worrying about everybody else. And "Happy Being Me" became the song from that moment. And it was a God-given song.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Angie, we appreciate you rocking with us this morning. Can you tell the people how they connect with you, following you on all your social media platforms?
All of my social media platforms is The Angie Stone, THE, Angie Stone. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. All of that is there. You guys can keep up with me and what I'm doing. The new album is entitled Love Language. It features music, soul, child. Of course, Suevo Twain, my son, is also featured on the album. And I'm super excited about what's going on. This is my first time being a part of the social media streaming process. And we're like close to 4 billion streams. And I'm ecstatic about that.
I know.
Wow. You should be. Listen, bless your life. You should be. The legendary Angie Stones, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it locked. You tuned into The Fixx.
And The Fixx is in.